Security is not one size fits all. It must be shaped by risk, context, and purpose. Welcome to this session on Module 5, Physical Security, Chapter 6, Concepts in Security Risk Management. In this chapter, we move deeper into understanding the factors that influence security design decisions. No two facilities, assets, or environments are the same. Therefore, security design must be tailored based on risk, operational needs, and the nature of what is being protected. Today, we will explore the key influencing factors that guide how security systems are designed and implemented in real-world scenarios. Physical security design is shaped by a range of critical factors that go beyond just threats and vulnerabilities. This chapter highlights how security professionals must consider whether they are protecting a traditional facility, a non-traditional environment, or even people and information. Each scenario demands a different approach. The process is not just technical, it is strategic. It involves understanding context, aligning with organizational objectives, and applying the right mix of controls. Ultimately, the effectiveness of a security program depends on selecting the right measures for the right environment. A thoughtful, risk-based approach leads to better outcomes and more efficient use of resources. The nature of the asset being protected plays a central role in determining security requirements. Different types of assets require different strategies. People and events, protecting executives, officials, or large gatherings requires dynamic and flexible security measures, often involving close protection, access control, and crowd management. Information and IP, sensitive data and intellectual property demand strong access controls, monitoring systems, and secure communication networks. High-value objects, items such as cash, vehicles, or critical equipment require robust physical barriers, surveillance, and strict access protocols. A key consideration here is adaptability. Security measures must be flexible enough to respond to changing threats, whether they vary by time, location, or operational context. Understanding the asset is the first step toward designing effective protection. Ownership and occupancy significantly influence security design decisions. Who owns the facility? Who occupies it? These questions determine authority, responsibility, and the level of control over security measures. In multi-tenant facilities, security becomes more complex. Different tenants may have varying risk profiles and requirements, making it necessary to implement adaptable and layered security solutions. In real-world scenarios, such as leasing arrangements, challenges may arise when tenants modify spaces or when ownership changes. These situations can introduce vulnerabilities if not properly managed. Therefore, clear policies, coordination, and communication between owners and occupants are essential to maintain consistent and effective security. The purpose of a facility directly impacts how security is designed and implemented. For example, power plants, hospitals, schools, or manufacturing units each have unique operational needs and risk profiles. These differences dictate the type of controls required, ranging from strict access restrictions to more open and flexible systems. Access considerations are equally important. Facilities may operate 24/7 or follow specific business hours, and security must align with these patterns. Public-facing facilities present a particular challenge. Overly restrictive measures can disrupt operations and deter legitimate users, while insufficient controls can increase risk. The key is to strike a balance, ensuring that security supports, rather than hinders, the primary function of the facility. The external environment surrounding a facility has a major impact on its security posture. Neighboring risks must be carefully evaluated. Nearby industrial sites, high-risk facilities, or even public infrastructure can introduce additional threats. Ingress and egress patterns, how people and vehicles move in and out of the area, also influence security design. Poorly managed access routes can create vulnerabilities or hinder emergency response. Urban environments, for example, may face challenges such as congestion, limited space, or proximity to other buildings, while remote locations may deal with isolation and delayed response times. In a sense, security does not exist in isolation. It must account for the broader environment and adapt to external influences to remain effective. The geographical and environmental characteristics of a location significantly influence security planning. Urban and rural settings present very different challenges. Urban areas may have quicker emergency response times, but also face higher crime rates and congestion. In contrast, rural or remote locations often require greater self-reliance due to delayed response capabilities. Infrastructure also plays a crucial role. Proximity to transportation hubs, utilities, and supply chains can introduce both advantages and vulnerabilities. Additionally, natural hazards such as floods, earthquakes, extreme temperatures, or storms must be factored into security design. These risks can disrupt operations and even compromise physical security systems. An effective security strategy must integrate both physical security and business continuity considerations, ensuring resilience under all conditions. Beyond the physical environment, several organizational factors shape the success of a security program. Senior management support is critical. Without leadership commitment, even the best designed security measures may fail due to lack of resources or enforcement. Budget and human capital also play a major role. Availability of funding, skilled personnel, and access to specialized expertise directly impacts implementation quality. Vendor relationships must be carefully managed. Security providers should be reliable, responsive, and aligned with organizational goals. Finally, integration is key. Security systems, such as access control, surveillance, and alarm systems, must work together seamlessly to provide comprehensive protection. In a sense, security is not just about systems, it's about people, processes, and coordination. Once risks are identified, the next step is selecting appropriate mitigation strategies. There are multiple approaches available. Architectural improvements can enhance natural surveillance and deter threats through design. Security systems like CCTV, alarms, and access control provide monitoring and response capabilities. Policies and procedures establish clear guidelines for behavior, ensuring consistency and accountability. Security staffing adds a human layer of protection, enabling quick decision-making and intervention when required. Risk transfer, such as insurance, can also be used to manage potential losses. However, no single solution fits all scenarios. The chosen strategy must balance effectiveness, cost, feasibility, and operational impact, ensuring that security enhances, rather than disrupts, business functions. Security is not only about prevention, it is also about ensuring continuity during disruptions. Business continuity planning focuses on 4 key elements: readiness, prevention, response, and recovery. Organizations must prepare for potential incidents, implement measures to prevent them, respond effectively when they occur, and recover quickly to restore normal operations. A strong continuity plan minimizes downtime, reduces losses, and maintains stakeholder confidence. Importantly, security professionals must consider not just physical protection, but also the psychological impact on people and organizational resilience. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that operations continue even in the face of unexpected challenges. Let's recap the key insights from this chapter. First, security design must always begin with understanding risk, and this assessment must continue throughout the project lifecycle. Second, there is no universal solution. Every asset, environment, and organization requires a tailored approach. Third, context is everything. The surrounding environment, organizational structure, and operational needs all shape security decisions. And finally, security must be integrated with operations. It should support business objectives, not hinder them. A well-designed security program is proactive, adaptable, and aligned with the organization's mission. Effective security is not about adding more controls, it's about applying the right controls in the right place at the right time. Thank you for being part of this session on concepts in security risk management.